that the most important belief that you can have is the belief that you are going to be a big success sometime in the future. The most important belief, because your beliefs do become your realities. Your beliefs are your deepest thoughts. According to your belief, it is done unto you, is what it says. Belief creates the actual fact. So your beliefs determine your expectations. And if you absolutely believe that you are going to be a big success, you'll always expect that everything is part of it. And you'll always be positive, and you'll always be cheerful, and you'll always be learning. So when my first child was born, Christina, I would tell her from the very beginning, when you grow up, you're going to be a big success. When you grow up, you're going to be a big success. And then we go for walks. When you grow up, you're going to be a big success. When you grow up, you're going to be a big success. When you grow up, you're going to be a big success. Now that you've grown up, you're going to be a big success. And then my son comes along like, when you grow up, you're going to be a big success. And my second son and my second daughter. And I told them this over and over, because I knew by that time that what parents tell their children in the first 3 to 5 years of life is accepted by the child as true, and it becomes a part of their program. If parents criticize children when they're young, then they'll have inferiority complexes all their lives, because they'll believe that the parents' criticism was true, that they are a negative or inferior person. If your parents tell their children how wonderful they are, and how much they love them, and how successful they're going to be when they grow up, children believe it. They have no filters when they're young, so they cannot decide whether or not it's true. They accept everything you say as true, and it becomes part of their thinking, part of their foundation. And then the foundation, like the foundation of a building, seals like concrete, and they build their lives on what you put into their basement. This is a whole other subject. So I knew what I was doing with my kids. I was programmed. And no matter what happened, I would tell them, when you grow up, you're going to be a big success. When you grow up, but what about this? Bad grades at school, bad problems. When you grow up, you're going to be a big success. And all 4 of my children, it worked. It's the most amazing thing. And I taught this in my programs on raising kids. And parents come back to me and they say, it's amazing, it works. If you tell your kids over and over again how good they are and how they're going to be really successful when they grow up absolutely believing it. And they believe that everything that happens is part of it, and they bounce back. When they have setbacks or difficulties, which they will, they just bounce. My kids are never depressed, they're always positive, they have high self-esteem and self-confidence, feel happy about themselves, and you can do the same thing. So tell yourself over and over again that you're going to be a big success. And if you can tell yourself over and over again, you start to believe it. And when you start to believe it, you start to look for reasons in everything that happens, part of the conspiracy to make you a big success. This is why optimism is the most important quality that you can have. Because if you optimistically, confidently expect to be successful, you will be. So we say B is optimists, number 8, optimists are willing to try more things. They're willing to try more things. They're also willing to learn more things. They try and they learn and they try. And C is optimists are willing to persist longer. Because they believe they're going to be successful, so they try lots of things, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't bother them. And they persist longer because they believe if they persist, they will succeed. And surprise, surprise, they do. Persistence, by the way, is the most important quality of success. One of the great success authorities, 1895, wrote one of the most important books on success of that time, and it was called Pushing to the Front. And at the end of the book, he said, there's really 2 keys to success, and here they are. Number 1 is to get going. Get started. And number 2 is to keep going. And don't quit. So you'll find that all success is based on those 2. People get going, and then they keep going, and they don't quit. And I've spoken to countless millionaires who started from nothing, started as workers, laborers, farm workers. A friend of mine is very wealthy today. He started off buying pigs in one county and putting them in the back of his father's old truck and taking them to another county and selling them and earning about $1 per pig because there was bigger demand in one county than another. So I always talk to him and I say, well, after all, you were a pig farmer. he started off as a pig farmer. Sometimes I introduce him, he's my good friend. I said, this is my friend, the pig farmer. And we all laughed about that. Today, he's worth millions and millions of dollars in property, businesses. He's very successful. And he said to me, he said, the reason I'm successful is because I never quit. I refused to quit. He went bankrupt twice. He said, but I never quit. And every time I talk to a successful person, I say, why do you think you're successful? They'll think, well, it's because I never quit. I would not quit. Because they just kept going.